What is happening, Magnus? What is happening? What is happening? All right. I think this is the last one that I need to do. There appears to be different people on here that I have not seen yet. Different comedians telling us what they think. All right. So let's get this started. All right. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
And boy, did he do something. I mean, in one stunning moment, the night went from Oscars so what to Oscars so what? No one could have predicted the most controversial movie of 2022 would be G.I. Jane, but it was. This was the Hollywood version of your drunk uncle starting a fight, ruining the wedding, and then standing up and giving a long toast to the bride and groom. I was watching it, I'm glad he did that. I mean, to me, there's only one more step to make this right, and that's the Comedy Central roast of Will Smith, hosted by Chris Rock.
This is Paul Mooney. Everybody, I know everybody saw the Oscars. Baby. It looked like the goddamn Source Awards. I mean, Will Smith, that's the blackest I've ever seen him at. I mean, he rocked the shit out of Chris Rock. I mean, for real, he left some fresh prints on his goddamn face.
I would like to see the real Paul Mooney. Wait a minute. Paul Mooney ain't passed away, did he? I can't remember for some reason. I can't remember. Paul Mooney.
According to Wiki.
Yeah, he did pass away. He did. I would have loved to hear the real Paul Mooney talk about this. I guess this is the next best thing because he does a real good impression of him.
I mean, he was the real Hancock. That's real. I mean, Chris Rock, brilliant comedian, very funny, very funny. I didn't think the joke was that damn bad, but nigga, you got to read the room, nigga. Read the goddamn room. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Will Smith, he's getting tired of pleasing these goddamn white folks. I mean, he's scared, those white folks. White folks were scared. They said, this nigga's going batshit crazy. Oh my God, I'm telling you, now the safest nigga done ruined it for all these other niggas. Hattie McDaniel is rolling in a goddamn grave. I mean, come on. Now they gonna open up the envelope on the next award and say, and the winner is none of you niggas.
And then Chris going and hosting, so he was against the boycott, he was against the black movement. They probably already had something going with him. Then for him to come at his wife, to be honest, Will was giggling and saying he was laughing at something previously, but he, you know, when you're in the front row, you got the Hollywood smile on the whole time.
Yeah. He started from what I saw, he started laughing.
Right.
You know, at the joke.
Yeah.
And he looked at Jada. I'm gonna do my best, Jada, because we got the same hairstyle. She said,
I wish I'd seen him look at her. God, I wish I'd seen that.
I'm better go out with real. Hey man,
You she must, man.
Nah, she must have fucked up.
She had to. She had to.
So then he ran up there like, I show you. You think I'm a punk? Watch this. But she should have stopped him because it's a bad look for us overall, and it all could have been avoided if Chris Rock would have just ducked.
Yeah. I wish he had stopped him. I do. I wish he had stopped him.
All right.
This should be interesting.
The Oscars last night actually turned into the Source Awards. When I saw it last night, the first thing I thought was, wow, Ali punched Pookie. Then I thought, wow, I thought Kanye and I had beef. And then I got tremendously sad because it was a night that there were several things people should have been proud of. And even though the night I think turned out to be something other than people planned, there were a lot of moments to be proud of. Questlove winning, the fact that two women of color and three women in general were hosting the show. There were several people who were grateful and honorable. What I thought, and asking the question of whether what happened last night was right or wrong, when you hit somebody, that is illegal. And the only reason nobody didn't go to jail is because nobody pressed charges. So if you have a question as to whether that was right or wrong, if it's illegal and could potentially be a felony, it's probably wrong. If you told somebody you didn't like something somebody said and you punched him in front of people, you more than likely would go to jail. Having said that, Will Smith was integral in my life. When I was a warm-up for many years because I was on this show initially as a warm-up. I got fired because people didn't like me. Alfonso Rivera's father didn't like me and got me, and I was fired.
Really?
Weeks later, Will called me back.
Wow.
And I was a warm-up for the duration of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he knew that I needed, back then I think it was $10,000 in SAG due. You had to make $10,000 in wages to get benefits. Or you couldn't. He knew I had a family, and he was just remarkable. It was remarkable to watch what he become. It was remarkable to watch somebody who went from a rapper to a TV star to the biggest movie star in the world. And now on last night, he did something no other person, black or white, very rarely has done. Achieved box office success and all of a sudden the critical accolades, the best actor. Okay. And that is not what people are talking about.
Right.
I can say this. I like everybody else. I like everyone else that can only speculate. But I can say this. Planes don't crash because one thing happens. Planes have redundant systems in place, so that if this thing goes wrong, then things stop. When planes crash, you can believe that sequentially a lot of things went wrong.
Yeah.
And that happened.
I like that.
Snap. And you only have to look at what happened. Like I like you saw Will, hear the joke and laugh initially, and then something happened. Now I can't tell you what that was, what the trigger was, but I can tell you this: it seemed to be certainly more than a joke. Than that joke.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Look at what he said in his acceptance speech and how emotional he was, and how he talked about the disrespect he had to take and the things that people had done to him.
I didn't know he had tattoos.
I remember very early on that some of the things that people would say were more jealously based. But then later on, they've gotten more sinister, more more mean.
Definitely has.
More hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you this, that a lot of the things we know because that information comes directly from that family. A lot of it. There is an entire verbiage. If you say entanglement, you know exactly what that means. That didn't come from other people. Now, of course, the public is going to pontificate and to guess and to rumor monger. That is only natural. That's what happens, and that's unfortunate. But to give them something they can use against you, to give them the club that then hurts you to the extent that you're crying about it in a very emotional way, seems to be counterintuitive. If the attempt was to protect your family and to protect your wife, don't look on the internet now, because some of the things they're saying are even more hurtful. Even more hurtful. Yeah. It is a shame that on a night that should have been celebratory, on a night where we saw things that we'd never seen before, we saw a thing we'd never seen before. Yeah. And it's sad. Yeah. But it says a lot about what we allow people to have access to, and the things that we allow, that we hold precious, that we let people use against us. And not on purpose. I think it's great to try to be transparent, but there are things that come along with that. Yeah. There's some of the things that people repeat and regurgitate and rumor about are things that come from that very family, and that's a shame. Now, if that's how you want to be, no one can stop you from saying anything you want to say, but understand who people are. When you're telling us, when you're crying, when you're emotional about something you've gone through, it was not just that day. It was a series of days. There have been some humiliating things that have happened. We all have those things happen in our families, in our relationships, in our business dealing. We just mostly don't have to do them out loud. But I would say this. I don't think you owe it to people to give them the club that they beat you with. I don't think you owe it to people to give you the knives that they cut you. I'll
tell you this. He's talking about this very maturely. He's not going off on him. I think he's very level-headed about this, breaking it down.
With or the ammunition they use to blow you apart.
Yeah.
In the Bible it says, do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. And a variation of that is what played out last night. It was sad. Yeah. It was mean, but it happened. And I think some of the things that people do to us, we give them the ammunition that they need. That's a little note from the GED section. We've got the GED report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
Nothing at all justifies walking up, slapping the shit out of somebody while they on stage.
True.
Now, if I was Will Smith, and we all different, I'm just saying the way I would have handled.
You know, something about him reminds me of Kevin Samuels. Something about him, I can't put my finger on it, but something about him reminds me of Kevin Samuels.
This is, when he told the joke, I would have got out of my seat, but I would have went to my left or to my right to get backstage. Find out, okay, when the talent come off stage, do they come off stage to this side or this side? Okay, they come out to this side right here. Okay, I would have patiently waited for Chris Rock to come off stage, and when Chris Rock came off stage, I would have been like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" I would have took Chris Rock in a small room, and I would have asked him. I'd have been like, "So what's up with that? What you just said about my wife?"
Glasses off.
And I would have at least, because what happened is that would have given Chris Rock the opportunity to make the correction, right? That would have given Chris Rock the opportunity to say, "Hey man, I didn't mean any harm," or, you know, "Hey, fuck you, I said what I said." Okay, if he would have went backstage and said, "Fuck you, I said what I said," then slap the shit out of him, if that's what you was gonna do. But did you give him an opportunity to correct? Did you give him an opportunity to apologize? Or you could have sat in your seat and said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And that would have been that.
That's what I said. He could have said that from his seat and not slapped him.
You would have went on to the next joke or went on to somebody else. You could have made your point without walking up on stage, putting your hands on somebody.
That's true. But I wasn't, like, the best thing to do would have been not to laugh at all. Not to laugh at all and just kept a straight face. And just looked at him. He would have known. He would have got it. And they probably would have seen each other backstage and like, "Yo, I'm sorry, I didn't mean nothing by that," or whatever, you know what I mean?
Because I tell you what, if you came up there and slapped me, he would have been limping back. All of Birmingham, all of Kingston, all of Airport, all of Center Point and Roebuck would have came out of me, and that person that I keep withheld. And I'm talking, I stand strong on my manhood. Period. I stand strong on my manhood, and regardless of whether Chris Rock press charges or not, he should be arrested because that was assault. That was assault. Donald Weber, you on here? You're a police officer. That was assault. And the LAPD, it ain't about, okay, protecting women. How many people in the cemetery for making the wrong decision and doing it the wrong way? How many people are at Zion Memorial Gardens or at Carver Memorial Cemetery for making the wrong decision?
That's the truth. There's a whole lot of brothers out there and sisters, men and women, that make the wrong decision in the middle of anger. I've always thought about that growing up, whether I choose to fight or not fight, because there was always, in high school was, "Oh, well, I get suspended, then I can't do this and I can't do that, I can't run track if I you know what I mean?" As soon as I was out of high school, it was like, I can go to jail for this. I can go to jail, I can get jumped, I can get shot. So there was only one time that I can think of where I was ready to knock a dude out on the job. And I'm a slow burn. It takes a lot to make me angry enough to fight you. This has to be something ongoing, and it was. He was a manager at a job, and I was one step away, and I told another manager, I said, "I'm gonna knock him the fuck out if he says something again to me." I'm telling you, it was there. It was right there, and at that point, I was waiting. I had made the decision, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's, where I was. And I don't know if another manager said something to him or what, but I didn't hear nothing from him after that. Like, at that point, I was making sure I would be in his line of sight or near him. That I was waiting. I wanted him to say something, and he never did. So I think it was good that I said something first before I put my hands on him, because he was definitely the type. I'm calling the cops on you. He was definitely that type. So anyway, let's keep going.
You don't know what nobody past is and what somebody done been through. For you to be out here putting your hands on somebody, you can't do that. It's called discretion. Control your anger, control your temper. Where was that same energy when you know when she emasculated? In my opinion, did she emasculate him at the red table talking about Tupac and August Alsina and entanglement? That's all I'm saying. I got time.
This is what I think. I think that was the beginning of the boiling point, because they put it out there, and I think he was getting clowned so much for that. That was the beginning of the boiling point. And everything after that was just something popping the rivets off that pressure cooker. And it finally exploded with that. That's what I think. That's why he didn't say nothing. He showed restraint. But it was the beginning of it. And he was probably showing restraint all through that after the red table. And that feather fell on that stack of bricks, and the shit broke.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You don't put your hands on nobody because somebody say something. Period. Pull them to the side, go in the room, say, hey, what's up with what you said? Hey, man, this was on the script, or it wasn't on the script, or off the top of my head, it was a bad joke. I would apologize to you as a man, respectfully apologize, and I would like to apologize to your wife.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Mm-hmm. Forgive me, Will Smith, for what I said. Give him the opportunity to make the correction if you felt that way about it. But no, you went up there and you snapped him. Did anybody go and ask Chris Rock, was he okay? Right? Did anybody go up there?
Well, not on stage.
And say, hey man, you good? You straight? You need us to handle? Nobody went to Chris Rock. Everybody just assumed that
he was wrong.
You know what I'm saying? That you know, even if you felt like he crossed the line, is it okay? And I don't care what the emotion is. I don't care what about the past anger, or he mad about other shit, or whatever. What if Chris Rock would have hit him back, or kicked his ass, or pulled out a gun and shot his ass?
That would have been crazy.
What if?
That would have been real crazy.
I don't think he would have shot in the audience if you'd yelled out, keep my fucking name, wife name out your mouth. I don't think he would have shot him then. But you want to put your hands on somebody. That's why a lot of people in the cemetery because of that. I don't care how deep his emotions is and what his past anger is about. None of that stuff don't matter. You don't walk up on stage in front of folks and put your hands on folks or whatever. You know, shit. It is bad jokes. But what the fuck you want comedians to do? Where we start to go and whisper in your ear, say, you know, whatever. Me personally, I wouldn't have did the joke if I knew that she's sensitive about or whatever. How do you know that he didn't know that she had alopecia? Mm-hmm. Right. But I damn sure didn't know. I didn't. Right. I don't watch the red table. I didn't know. So if I go out there and do a joke or say something that was offensive or whatever, then I'm gonna, oh shit, my bad, bro. I apologize. I didn't mean nothing by that. You know what I'm saying? G.I. Jane was not a prostitute. G.I. Jane was a hero. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the funniest joke, and it wasn't. I don't think. And then the question becomes, what was his intent? Was his intent to do harm? You know, and I don't know. And then that you won the award because you went up there and slapped somebody. Nobody know that you won. And I'm watching people tweet like, stand up for black women. So it's a lot of single black women out here because their spouse is in the cemetery or whatever for not walking away or making a bad decision.
That's true.
Don't put your fucking hands on people, period.
That's the
Point
truth.
blank. Period. And
That's
that's
the
that.
truth. That's the truth.
That's my opinion.
All right. I like to see all these different takes of him. I like to see how they all think
early
about it.
morning over here.
This should be interesting.
You know, man, but like I said, here's the thing of it. I understand that defending the honor of your wife. I'm that dude. But you're gonna have to do something for that. He didn't do that. That joke was not worthy of the reaction. If he was gonna have a reaction, I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards in that press room, and if he wanted to slap Chris then, he could have slapped Chris in the press room and seen how it went. But see,
Will laughed.
But see, he laughed at the joke till he saw Jada's reaction.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off, because you know he can't do nothing. See, I know this. I know he know this because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you're going to slap the dude and then turn around and walk off, you know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. You already
But you know what though?
And that's true. That's true to an extent, depending on the dude you slapping. Because I've seen dudes get punked before in public. But when you watch that one channel, just look up like Will Smith body language, slap. Like, look that up. There's a guy that did a few different videos. He reads body language. He breaks down Chris Rock's, his Will Smith and Jada's body language. He has like 2 or 3 videos on it. And I think he's the one that I saw where he talks about how after the slap, look at Will. He actually looks at him for a second or two, like he hits him and walks off. It's like and then he walks off. He was waiting to see. I think it was it was like both. It was like, yeah, I did it. You know why? You don't disrespect my wife. And he was looking for return fire, just in case Chris was going to hit him back. And he walked off. But Steve is right on that. Like, in the streets, even if you do that, you can't even do that type of walk off. When you at the dude, smack him, look at him and turn. You really can't do that. As you're walking away, you better turn around and look a couple of times. You better turn around and look a couple of times, because you don't know what he's going to pull out. You don't know if he's coming up on you, going to kick you in your damn back. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. And I didn't think the moment was that. And I think he overreacted, like Carla said. He paid too much into the moment. His acceptance speech, that was raggedy, apologizing to the Academy. But here's what I think is going to happen. When this go down and wake up the right way, there's going to be some type of banning from the Oscars of Will Smith.
He was right.
Because look, they took Kanye off the Grammys for saying
A racial slur.
a racial slur about Trevor Noah. They took him off the Grammys. The Oscars is all Hollywood is about.
Someone help me with that. Someone send me that clip, because I'll try to look it up. He said a racial slur? I didn't know that. You see how much I follow a lot of Hollywood news. I don't know everything.
It's their biggest moment. And for you to do that on the biggest moment,
Yeah,
on
they don't
the biggest
condone
night,
violence. The Academy does not condone
Denzel
violence.
told him right.
Yeah.
In your biggest moment is when the devil comes for you.
Yeah.
You should have handled that totally different, man. He owes Rock an apology.
But you know
Yes,
what,
he
Steve?
did. A public apology. Just like you
know
did
what,
that publicly. I was waiting for that.
Oh my God. What the f is going on?
I did not know he had a response to it. I did not know.
First things first, right? I opened up my phone, I go to my newsfeed. The first thing I can see, two of my best friends.
Wow.
I see one slapped up. I don't know what was going on. I need to get in contact with Will. That's Philadelphia, man. That's my home. That's my stomping grounds. That's
Two of his best
where I'm
friends.
from.
Wow.
That's my guy. Rock. That's my guy.
Right across the way in Jersey. Yep.
I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I really need to get both of them on the phone so we can work this thing out. He slapped the shit. Oh my man, I swear to God, when I see Chris, he
I like
might
that
not say
Jackie
a
guy
goddamn
on
thing
that
when I
picture.
talk to him. He slapped the shit out of you, man.
Captain, what if that would have been you?
Oh, he wouldn't do me like that. Well, he know better than me. He know better than me. He wouldn't do it. But he slapped 4 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris out of Chris, man. He slapped the New Jack City out of him. oh my God. He slapped.
That's that lower hanging fruit joke.
Oh my God.
But do all kind of fuck shit. But if it is fake, this.
All right. So before we even get to this, I think his reaction has been the most requested. Listen, Corey Holcomb is one of my favorite comics of all time. This dude has split my gut. Like just hurting, like to where you want to stop laughing because it hurts so bad. He kills me with the stuff that he says. He pulls no punches, and a lot of his jokes stab. They cut deep. So I'm already ready for what he might say. I know who he is. Understand this, okay? Let's do this.
Is an embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joe Thompson, for that. Needed that $20. This is an embarrassment to black people if it is fake, because the brother
Yeah, if it's fit.
Will Packer was in charge of the Oscars, so to speak, and if they let black people go up there and act a fool like that stage, I am ashamed of everybody who had something to do with it. If black people turn the Oscars into the mini version of the 99 Source Awards, y'all went for that shit, I'm embarrassed for you.
Was they fighting in the 99 Source Awards? I didn't see him. So help me out.
But I don't think it was staged.
Right, I don't know.
I don't think it was staged. I think that every man who is of a certain age, over 45, every man who allows an evil, cankerous whore
Oh, God.
to be in their presence at age 45 and older, if you allow an evil,
Oh, Lord, here we go.
bitch who fuck her son's friend to accompany you on your shoulder in public, you ain't gonna get nothing but drama. Let's just start saying that.
I knew he
You
was going to go off.
cannot sit up front at the Oscars with a bald head, bitch, and expect nobody not to say something. It is impossible. You cannot be, when as my man Willie D said, bald head hog. Even Lupita had a wig on. Lupita, whatever that is. African bitch had some hair. She knew better than that. That bitch was like, I'm going to put on something, fuck that bullshit on my front. This nigga came to the Oscars with a bald head bitch that fucked y'all son, homie, in y'all house.
They said that you got alopecia, Cole. They said you got alopecia, man.
No, August got all the piece of that pussy. August got all the piece of that pussy in your house, Will.
Y'all dudes
You slapped
laughing.
the wrong man. You slapped man say, G.I. Jane, he said, I love you. G.I. Jane too, can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Will, your goof ass laughed at first. You got checked by your bitch on sight. Your bitch did this. That nigga, you's a goofy nigga. You's a goofy nigga.
I knew he was gonna go off.
How in the fuck we live in a world? First of all, man, come on, man. Chris Rock.
Sorry.
55 pounds. He don't fight motherfuckers. Chris Rock ain't known for fighting motherfuckers. Will Smith, I know you a big nigga. I know you be with them goons. I know them goons from Philly. I don't mean no disrespect by telling the truth. Them goons from Philly, even if they mad at me, y'all motherfuckers need to make sure y'all man know what's up. He around a cankerous whore. I got that off that movie Tropical Thunder. That's all you do. Your wife's a cankerous whore. You will? You remember way back when I said your wife was a cankerous whore? I didn't mean it, man. I didn't mean it. Nigga, what the fuck? Will, you are black acting. You came from motherfucking rampant to turn it into one of the best actors I've seen.
Of all time.
What's that movie where he was on the island, stranded, and the monsters was out there?
I Am Legend. Yeah, I Am Legend.
Man, that man should have won an Oscar for I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Man, that motherfucker was raw in that movie.
That's a bad ass. I read the book. My mama threw with it. I read through the book.
Hey man, Will Smith suffers from being around an awful bitch. This bitch went on Oprah and said, you fuck her like a girl.
Oh, I ain't even know she said that.
You don't know all the shit.
I know she been
That
trying
bitch said, I don't love him.
I know she been trying to get him to be like Tupac his whole life.
She went on Oprah and said, please tell me she didn't do that. Y'all send me the link where she said that. I'm not joking. Y'all send me the link where she said that. I can't believe she said that. I've never heard anyone say that she said that. I need to see that to believe it.
This nigga is chasing a dead man's swag.
Yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck? You think that ain't what happened? That's what happened at the motherfucking Oscars. If you went, look, let me tell you something, man.
Oh no.
Like I bragged about.
Let me tell you something. Every time, it's funny, I'm saying the same. Let me tell you something. Every time a black man's talking, and we amped and everything, and then we hit that drop, we drop and we mellow out. Yo, man, listen. Look, let me tell you something. Look, we about to get real serious and about to tell some real truth. Let me see what he do. Let me see which direction he go.
This is what I bragged about. I went to Savior's Day.
Wait, what?
And when I went to Savior's Day, the women are sat on the separate side of the men.
Right.
I don't know but one woman in my world that could have handled that the way it's supposed to be handled.
Right.
Every other bitch would have had an attitude.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be with bitches all the time. Like when I be with bitches, sometimes you can see it in my eye. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm not finna go to the award show with no bitch I ain't got no control of. That bitch was smiling when he was up there crying, apologizing.
Yeah.
When he was up there crying, apologizing, that bitch said.
Yo, and when she was smiling, she looked extremely proud of him. She may have been proud of him for, quote unquote, defending her and winning the Oscar. But a lot of people were saying, even I thought it, I was like, I feel like she is, I don't want to say turned on, but excited. She was stimulated by what happened. You gotta remember, a lot of black women was behind what he did. A lot of black people, period, were behind what he did. A lot of people were behind what he did. Like, yeah, defend your woman. That type of stuff turns certain women on. I don't know her. No, this is all speculation. But I was like, ooh, she looks, ooh, I've seen that look before. And I knew what it meant for me. So
That was her happiest moment of the shit.
They just why she exposed the family like they on Red Table Talk.
Man, that bitch set them motherfuckers out. You set yourself out, you open for ridicule. So motherfucking people get mad about the shit. I mean, like, it was a whole...
man, I knew he was gonna go off. I knew it. Oh man, that's probably why they put it last. So there you have it, folks. I have think I have seen almost every comics reaction to it. Now, I hope y'all are happy, and I have done the most that I can for y'all for this. All right. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo.